Hey there, welcome to Product Marketing Maestros, Tales from the Front Lines. I'm your host, Nitin Karthik. As the author of the Amazon bestseller Product Marketing Wisdom, I've always found that real-world case studies are the true litmus test for the effectiveness of any product marketing strategy. And that is why on this show, we dive into the minds of industry titans, as well as rising stars, unpacking their expertise in action-packed episodes that showcase the power of product marketing through real-world case studies. And today, my friends, we are joined by product marketing maestro, David Appel. David is a seasoned SaaS revenue leader and marketing strategist with over $1 billion in career ARR impact and 3 IPO exits across NetSuite, Bill.com, and Sage Intacct. As an advisor and former global head of SaaS industry marketing at Sage Intacct, he has scaled vertical B2B SaaS companies by 400%. He's also built AI-driven go-to-market systems and guided CFO-focused sales strategies. Recognized with honors such as Sales Leader of the Year and IBM's President's Circle, David now advises growth stage SaaS companies on category creation, revenue architecture, and market leadership, drawing on deep expertise in finance, SaaS, and AI. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome David Appel. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on, Nitin. Great to meet everybody and everybody. What that background just means is we had great teams that did great things together. So
awesome. All right. You're very humble, David, but I'm excited. Today, David, we're going to talk about a really action-packed topic, and we will use the ABC framework. So we're going to talk about the antecedents. What are some of the challenges that you've seen people perhaps wrestle with? We'll talk about the behaviors. What are some of the actions that you would recommend people to take in these situations? And we'll talk about the conclusion, how we can expect things to play out when we take these behaviors. So with that, let's talk about a situation and tell us about the antecedents. What are some of the challenges that you're seeing people struggle with these days?
yeah, what we want to do, make this about you, because what we want to focus on is vertical AI. What's the impact of that? What's the impact of product marketing and where the market is going? Because right now, all the horizontal LLMs are coming in, but they don't handle the nuance of understanding the micro niche of what industry needs, what the outcomes need, the context. And that's where the power of great product marketing for all of you coming in to all of this. So we got a brief framework we're getting into. Nitin's got ABC. We're going to talk about awe, AWE, how you shock and awe with how you do vertical product marketing, because you need to truly understand who your customer is in order to be successful. And let's start jumping into it when you're ready in the benefits level.
I love that. So many people I think are struggling with trying to figure out AI, is that going to help? Is that going to hurt? And of course, there's a lot to unpack there. So with that, David, we've talked a little bit about these antecedents. Now let's talk about the behaviors, right? You talked about your framework. Tell us more. What kind of behaviors, what kind of actions do you recommend for people to engage in given these situations?
Yeah, so let's awe. Again, we're talking to vertical AI product marketers. So the first one, and the A is the nuance of vertical AI. And what the power of vertical AI is having the data set that understands the nuance of the context of the outcome that your customer wants. And then beyond the data set, the API interconnectivity with the systems upstream and downstream on how data is coming in, because nothing exists in its own. So yes, you got a great data set, but it's interconnected with API into an ecosystem around it. And then the outcome, because so much is about pricing is moving from whatever it was before, we're not going to spend time on that now, into outcome-based pricing. And the ability to understand the outcome, to connect with people on the emotion of the hopes and dreams and fears they wish to allay on the outcome coming in. That's the power. So those 3 things on vertical AI: what's the unique data set? What's the API interconnectivity that you want to do? And what's the outcome that you want? So that's all the A in awe. The W is whoever understands the customer best wins. That's where you craft all the skills that you've built to this time to become world-class in what it is that you do. It's still relevant. what you do with doing customer interviews, ecosystem check-ins, product usage engagement, customer storytelling, your message house, just the classic fundamentals of what world-class product marketing looks like, continue in the context of how it applies to the three things we just talked about at the AI level, the LLM, the API, and the outcome. So take heart. Again, if there's one thing Nitin and I want for you in all this is you're still relevant. You can still kick butt, and what you have is still done, and what's going on. The last one is E of awe, evolve or die, because this is coming. This is here. The tools that you can do in order to assess, and we could go through a whole litany of all of this. Nitin asked me to ask all of you how you contact me. I'm going to tell you now is just connect with me on LinkedIn at David Appel, Appel, David Appel. And you'll see my writings, in which I get much greater detail on how you can use this in your product marketing day to day. Let's just do three. On your customer engagement level is using the LLMs right now, for your search, your agent engine optimization, AEO, to research and figure out what's happening in your customer set and the research that you can do to just understand the details there. The second part of engaging all of that is then amassing all the information. We use a tremendous amount of customer calls, and you can take all that, whatever product you're using, with the correct privacy, ensure you have the correct privacy control set up, to put all that into the system and to draw out the best themes of what people are asking about, what's the outcome that they want, and get a mass detail on the customer information that you want. So first use case, second use case. Third use case is the ability to the speed of creation of content, and then hyper-personalize the content. You can take all of that, create a voice for what it is that you want, whatever app that you're going to do, and then engage in the downstream demand gen machines that are out there. Again, I'm not going to endorse and name any given product, although there's certainly ones that are some favorites of mine. If you want to connect with me and ask me what those are. And so because if you don't do this, you're not moving at pace versus the people that are moving on all this. And so it's evolve or die on the engagement, on the utility, and being able to apply vertical AI, the three aspects of where it comes from. A person who understands the customer best wins, and your skills are still relevant. And then the use cases of being able to apply the product. And that's how the next generation, that I'm blessed to be advising many of them, but world-class vertical AI, and then the product marketers underneath there are coming together.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. So now, David, let's bring it home. So when people apply the frameworks that we've discussed, what kind of conclusions can we expect once these are applied?
Yeah, absolutely. Because this is why go through all this? Why do all this? First off, the personal self-satisfaction of being relevant in a chaotic world that comes out of all that. But let's go back to the second point. The person who understands the customer wins. And goodness, it feels great to win. And the next 18 months are going to define who wins the players going forward. So we've got this window of opportunity. And if you don't know, great. That's the whole point of PMA. There's so many other skills. I'm engaged in helping build the vertical AI track within PMA. But dive into and capture all the rest of those skills that will come out, because the amount of financial outcome, personal satisfaction, and the joy of being a key part of this huge macro trend are all there. But all back to awe. The nuance of vertical AI with what is happening with the API, what's happening with the LLM data set that you got then, and the nuance of outcome that you got. He or she understands the customer wins with all your classic product marketing training that happened, then evolve or die with creating discrete tactical use cases of how you're going to use all of this, with classic ways of being able to digest a mass amount of data, what's happening in the marketplace, and then communicate that content out in hyper-personalized ways in order to come together. So there's your conclusions, Nitin.
Beautiful. I love it, David. Thank you so much for laying that out so well. And the all framework is quite awesome, if I say so myself. So, David, if people wanted to learn more about you and what's next for you, I think you already alluded to that, but tell us again, where can people find you?
please connect with me on LinkedIn, David Appel. If just linkedin.com/in/David Appel SF for San Francisco. And again, Apple spelled APPEL. I doing some great work for some great firms, although I love just engaging with the up and coming or just other vertical product marketers. So feel free to reach out. We're building their ecosystem together.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, David. Folks, there you have it. Please reach out to David for more insights. And for even more insights, check out my Amazon bestseller, Product Marketing Wisdom, at productmarketingwisdom.com. And see you next time on Product Marketing Maestros.
Should we wrap up with one thing? Allow me to endorse the book. Well written and paying it forward to the whole community. And I'd be remiss in just doing this. Everything I have done and learned has been a function of some amazing people and mentors I've worked for and around me and for me. I just want to say thank you to everybody, because we've created these outcomes and these insights and now this opportunity to drive the trajectory of the future together. So thank you, Nitin. And all of you who listened, I hope this was helpful. Have a great day.
Wonderful. Thanks, David. Thanks, everyone. See you next time. Bye.